roll cage protects Mace, driven by wheelchair motors. Watch out for the 2,000 RPM high-speed flail and the electric lifting ram, which can hoist an 18-stone man.
Robot ears, stand by.
Mace with Shane Howard and Brian Fountain.
3, 2, 1, activate.
House robots to the left, but straight against the barrels, replacing the brick walls beyond the lifting spikes. And now taking on the ramp. Good speed by Mace. It can get up to 5-6 miles an hour off the ramp. Steering problems though. In comes Sergeant Bash, a lick of flame. Trying to ram Bash, which is always a mistake. With that grinding disc at the back, but they're trying to power their way through. There's dead metal pincers. But as the circular saw comes down, Mace drags dead metal over the line. They're through. That's a good run. Through those barrels as if they didn't exist. And Mace first to complete the course. Well done.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Mace, nearly 80 kilos in weight. This could be tough for dead metal. Stalemate early on. Pushing. Pulling. Being pulled. Mace is cancelling out dead metal. The judges are going to have to act here, because I think Mace has done enough. Mace holding its own. Surely good enough judges to go through, yes. Mace surviving along with Leviathan. Tantrum is in danger. Chaos to come.
Volunteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1.
Leviathan, the heavier and quicker of the two robots, using that snowplow-shaped scoop at the front. But Mace in underneath and pushing Leviathan in towards the PPZ. Patrolled by the house robots, dead metal awaits. The chainsaw, certainly Leviathan's best weapon. That's Shunt with the pickaxe. And now Matilda with the chainsaw. Leviathan stuck in there. It was poor control and driving to get into the PPZ in the first place. And judges will mark them down on that. Look at the chainsaw. Being pushed and bent. Put out of action. They've been scalped. Leviathan by Killalot. Coming in here. Matilda too. Leviathan tries to steer out and get away. That could get them points. Control style, damage and aggression. In comes Mace once again with an attack. And once again, the rear flail there. 4 blades running at 2,000 RPMs. Leviathan struggling really to hold on. You can see the chainsaw has come off the chain. Mace pushes. It goes to the judges. Very, very tight. The Leviathan team look nervous. Let's have a look at the key moments. Mace on the attack. There's the damage to the chainsaw of Leviathan. Plucked up into the air by Mace. What will the judges think?
OK, we're now ready to announce the judge's decision. Someone's going to be disappointed. The judges have gone for Mace. Well done, lads. Well done. Unfortunate, kids, unfortunate.
3, 2, 1, activate.
The Robot Wars veterans, Chaos against the newcomers from Mace. On the attack in the first place. Chaos spinning away. Chaos seeded 6th for the series. There's the dangerous blade, made from titanium. Good speed away from Mace by Chaos. Now turning again. Sort of jousting with each other, but Mace pushing Chaos into the house robots. That'll gain points because the action from Mace virtually immobilizing Chaos. Trying to get back to life, but they know they're in trouble. And that was because of the intervention of Mace in the first place. Chaos seems immobilized, and now the damage can start. The dreadful tattoo, the drumbeat of that awesome flail. 2,000 RPMs, churning. And now the house robots come in. Mace is there with the flare once again, so Killalot here at the bottom of your picture. Shunt at the top. Mace goes for glory. They're pushing it around now like a ping pong ball into Matilda's tusks. Chaos immobilized. Well, risen from the dead it would seem. But has Chaos got enough time to come back? Now Matilda flips it on end. And the damage had been done by Mace in the first place. It was this thrust by Mace on Chaos into Matilda. Chaos turning turtle. Tries to come back to life. But they knew they'd been immobilized. Immobilized by Mace's actions. The punishment adding insult to injury. This a major shock.
Roboteers, stand by.
Mace, Shane Howard and Brian Fountain, a very pleasant, modest team.
Who are you most worried about?
The hammerbots, I think. Mortis especially. Very powerful.
Can it get through your thickened shell?
Probably, yeah. There's very few vital bits and pieces that can damage though, so we'll keep running with lots of holes.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Roboteer Brian Fountain once made miniature fairground rides from baby milk tins. Yeah, right. Approaching the Sentinel. Oh, is that wise? No, it isn't wise. That's a dummy run, though, by Mace. They turn back to avoid the Sentinel and take on the Seesaw with those wobbly wheels. Boys, what are those wheels for in the front? This is the old supermarket trolley you end up with, the wonky one. But still, up and over the Seesaw and into Shunt! And Shunt pushes and heaves! Have they lost face with Mace?
Okay, I've just got the news.
Interestingly enough, you've travelled exactly the same distance as Mace.
It is exactly the same measurement.
So you and Mace are going to have to run the gauntlet again?
You're going to have to run again.
No, not kidding.
You're not yet out, but you're not yet through.
This has never happened before in Robot Wars. Mace and Panic Attack to go again, head to head. Technical expert Derek Foxwell spins the coin. They're deciding which lane to start in. And it looks as if Shane has won the toss. And it looks as if Mace will be starting, as we look at it, in the left-hand lane, which means they could have to come out and go against the Sentinel. Let's have a look at their stats in the first ever race-off in Robot Wars. Panic Attack against Mace. Panic Attack, slightly the heavier, but certainly the faster.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
History is made on Robot Wars, the first ever race-off, and immediately Panic Attack makes further progress. You see, that choice of lane's decisive. Panic Attack can take on the Seesaw. Mace has to go beyond the Sentinel, which is blocking its path now. So far, it's Panic Attack from Mace. Mace being pinned by the Sentinel and very nearly going there. Forced backwards, just surviving. Meanwhile, Panic Attack takes on Shunt. Shunt holding Panic Attack back. Panic Attack still leads. Thank goodness me! Mace is flipped and survives the flip by Sentinel. Still though, Panic Attack is further down the course. Mace now needs to go, 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 go. Panic Attack gets a flick of the scorching flame from Sergeant Bash. And Mace is coming back ever so slowly. Mace now pushed away by the Sentinel, teetering, tottering and gone. And Panic Attack is through.
Mace, come onto the platform.
From Lincoln, Stinger.
Car parts from a Lotus and leather from a trouser belt were used in the 3-month construction of Stinger. The 3mm body shell steel domes come from a gas turbine, and there's a real sting in the tail.
Stinger, 1 horsepower motor in each wheel. Batteries, electronics, everything are inside these wheels here. On the tail, we've got a 6-kilogram tail wheel. When we stop the motors, it rolls over, right over the top, and crashes into the opposition. Very heavy tail wheel.
From East Sussex, Mace 2.
A semi-finalist in the last series, Mace 2 took just 3 weeks to rebuild around a 3mm thick steel Bosch chassis with aluminium frame. The front lifting ram can hoist 90 kilos.
I'm Shane, this is Brian, this is a robot Mace. It's designed around wheelchair technology. The motors have been slightly modified to produce a bit more torque. We've got a front weapon which is pneumatically powered lift. will hopefully pick out other opponents and achieve their
And the back weapon's a high-speed chain flail, which rotates approximately 2,000 RPM.
Roboteers, stand by.
Mace 2 with bot vets Shane Howard and Brian Fountain. And Stinger with the Kevin Scott, Carl Skinner and Jonathan Peli team.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And it's Mace 2 which gets off to the fastest start. In comes Stinger, which, even though it can be flipped over, has what we in Robot Wars call a Shrimex, a self-righting mechanism, which we've seen in the past can prove so very, very vital. But it's Mace 2 doing all the work there. And again, Stinger goes up and crashes that great grinding wheel against the floor of the arena. What on earth for? Wasted energy here. Being turned by Mace 2. And Stinger crashes off into the distance again like some massive flailing insect, hopping and bouncing around like a Mad March hare. In again to a... Do they really know what they're doing? Should we have tested them for booze beforehand, I wonder? Mace 2 in underneath Stinger again. Turning in, toppling, oh, spinning madly. This is great fun. In against the arena wall. They want to give that some punishment. Oh. Well, it was only a matter of time, wasn't it? Absolute Looney Tunes from the Stinger team. Bouncing off Mace 2. Oh, dear. Well, the sting in the tail was that Stinger is well and truly stung. Over and out, I think, for them.
Roboteers, stand by.
Wheelie Wacko, Tom Wyatt, Lorne Baker, Raymond Taylor. Mace 2 with Shane Howard and Brian Fountain. Shane driving.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
So here we go, competing for a place in the first heat final. Wheelie Wacko spinning away. Defeated Grim Her, who was immobilized in the previous heat. Mace 2 beating Stinger. Stinger driving into a pit, you'll remember. And immediately, Wheelie Wacko with those great swinging spikes looks dangerous. But looks the less maneuverable of the robots. And Mace 2 from East Sussex against this Brighton team, Wheelie Wacko, is moving smoothly. And don't forget, if neither of these is immobilized, the judges will adjudicate. Style, control, damage, and aggression are the factors which count. Oh! Feel that rubber burn there from the liquid flame, and again. Getting a little bit hot under the collar, Wheelie Wacko. And pushed against the side walls, but bouncing back again. Dodging the house robots is Killalot. At the moment, it's a tussle in the middle of the arena. Dancing away Mace 2, trying to get that front lift ram, which can lift 90 kilos up and underneath Wheelie Wacko, but it takes some punishment on top there. Don't forget, Mace 2, very powerfully built. The thick steel box chassis, aluminium armour. You see Sergeant Bash's flamethrower there, top of your picture. Aggression from Wheelie Wacko as Mace 2 backs away for another charge there. Comes in trying to flip up Wheelie Wacko. I don't know whether that would be a good tactic anyway. The beer can, at the moment, protecting Wheelie Wacko. Time ticking down. Oh, and can he avoid the pit of oblivion? Heave-ho from Mace 2. The great power! Dismisses Wheelie Wacko. Can he get out of there? No! Doomed and success for Shane Howard and Brian Fountain. They march on. Mace 2, a frantic jig of delight. And Wheelie Wacko can't climb, not even with the aid of Killalot. Or what's this? Surely the house robots aren't going to inflict more punishment on Wheelie Wacko. Look at dead metal up there. Wants to get into the thick of things? No! Oh no! The end for Wheelie Wacko, feeling all rather tired out.
Roboteers, stand by.
So it's suicidal tendencies, the Derby team, Andrew, Martin and Charles, disposing of forklifts early on. Eventually forklifts disposed of by Killalot, really. But after being shoved and bashed around the arena, it was Killalot who came in for the final disposal. Then Razorblade, controversially, drove itself into the pit, and the judges went with suicidal tendencies putting it through to this heat final. Mace 2 from East Sussex, Shane Howard and Brian Fountain. This was the disposal of Stinger, driven into the pit. After some frantic flurries, really good fun. Not for the Stinger team. And then Wheelie Wacko, as Shane and Brian took control, dumped again into that self-same pit.
3, 2, 1, activate.
So here we go then, for a place in the semi-finals. Some cagey early driving by suicidal tendencies. Here Mace 2 come on the attack. That front lift ram can lift 90 kilos. Suicidal tendencies flipped up over. The milling cutters spinning. I wonder what sort of damage that can do to the body shell, which is 3mm thick steel with aluminium armour too. And for me, Mace 2 looks very formidable. A semi-finalist in the last series, rebuilt over 3 weeks by Brian Fountain, who builds model fairground rides out of baby milk tins. How curious. And Shane Howard. Cagey stuff still. Piggyback for suicidal tendencies, but again, just easily motoring away there, you see. Orbit into the corner patrol zone and got away very, very speedily. So crucial to get away from the house robots who patrol those areas. Suicidal tendencies have problems with one of those tracks in the last fight against Razorblade. All the early aggression by Mace 2. Oh dear, and Killalot's got him, and he got away again. Get back to Killalot, says Mace 2. Killalot very sluggish. A creature of the night. Not yet woken to this daytime battle, perhaps, I don't know. Suicidal tendencies, driven back in there again by Mace 2. This time it's Matilda. What a horrible tail she's got. Imagine being entwined with Matilda, a creature of the night. Killalot now has suicidal tendencies. Again it gets away. Look at the track marks left all over the arena as it spins and attacks Mace 2. A little bit of aggression there by suicidal tendencies, but Mace 2 driving towards Shunt this time. And there comes the big pickaxe. Slicing and perforating the top of suicidal tendencies. It's aluminium and steel shell taking punishment from Shunt. Andrew and Martin Jeffrey, the brothers, and Charles Binns trying to steer suicidal tendencies away. It goes to the judges again.
Well, it seems pretty plain to me, but the judges are still deliberating. While they deliberate, let's look at some of the highlights of that battle.
Well, aggression for me counts for all in this heat final, and it was Mace flipping suicidal tendencies, and again, lovely control by the Mace 2 team. There's the overhead flip, and driving into Killalot's clutches, suicidal tendencies having little chance to cause damage itself, and the final blow for me, damage sustained by Shunt. Gotta be Mace.
I thought so. The judges have gone for Mace 2.
Robotiers, stand by.
It was Craig Charles, really, up a stepladder holding a star over Mace 2. That's sad, Craig. Big Brother with its Morning Star flame.
3, 2,
There, the Watts team.
activate.
Little Joe, the captain. The Morning Star flail hanging over the front of Big Brother. Mace 2 with a lifting arm immediately in underneath. Well, it's sort of wedge-shaped, isn't it, Big Brother? Coming to a triangular point at the front, almost. Mace 2 turning and spinning Big Brother. Question here of the lifting arm against the flail, which has been largely ineffective. Looks good, but ineffective, and Dead Metal nearly getting its pincers in there on Big Brother. Mace 2 doing a lot of good work early on here, flying the Union Jack, but now the drive by Big Brother with Dad, Ian Watts at the controls. Mace 2 backing away. There, Shane Howard has the controls. Brian Fountain alongside him with the hat. Bashing together, crunching, screaming metal. Again, another quick attack there by Big Brother. Good driving by Mace 2, dodging away though. Fine control, and now spinning Big Brother up and over. And there, the guiding light, the guiding friendly star. And has it shone most wisely, prudently and luckily on Mace 2 again? I think so, because Dead Metal is in on Big Brother, and there will be no judge's decision this time for or against Big Brother. Little Joe, oh woe.
Cease.
Because Big Brother have gone out. Robot Wars without panic attack, unthinkable, it's happened. Next up, Mace 2, Chaos 2, what a battle. It's happened before, it's a grudge match, a rematch. It came in the last series, Mace on the right, Chaos on the left-hand side. Chaos were the favourites in this, but Matilda flipped them up and over, and we waited for the self-righting mechanism to be activated by George Francis. It didn't work, and it was Mace who went through.
Phew, there it is. Your twinkly lucky star,
You'll be
Mace
joining
team.
me soon.
You won't. He just said, twinkle, twinkle, little star, shall we go and pack the car? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, the Mace team are going to go far. Not home. Stop it. Okay, you've seen the opposition. You've seen they've got their twinkling star of luck.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? Oh, sorry, it's all right, Shane.
I think it's a twinkling star of bad luck.
Oh, no!
Oh, Richard Swan, brave words for a tiddler. Shane Howard and Brian Fountain, Mace 2. They don't look too bothered, are they? They're the confident Chaos 2 team.
Stand by.
Chaos 2, formidable with the flipper and the speed. George Francis at the controls, Ian and Richard Swan, and Mace 2. Shane Howard and Brian Fountain.
2.
Brian on the right's met Paul McCartney, Eric Morecambe,
Activate.
and Ruth Maddock in his time. Oh, there you are. Chaos 2 immediately lining up a frontal assault on Mace 2! And it didn't flick up and over on that occasion. The weight of Mace 2, counting in its favour perhaps 78.6 kilos. It is the heavier of these two. Certainly, though, the slower by a long way. Only around half the speed of Chaos 2. Bumping and barging its way off the arena floor again. A big run up here, but don't attack that front lifting arm at the front of Mace 2. That can raise 90 kilos. Be warned, George Francis and your team. This is a really good battle developing here now. We thought it would be. Mace 2 and Chaos 2 together again. Oh, look at that bouncing down, but right side up. Little bit fortunate, perhaps. This time up and over. Starlight, star bright. The star of Mace is out of sight. And Chaos 2, again using that mighty flipper. Up and over. And there, surely, the star is extinguished. Chaos 2, a worthy winner, surely. In on the attack again. Mace 2 looks stricken. Chaos 2 perhaps sportingly trying to right its opponent because it knows that lurking, waiting to come in, the house robots Dead Metal kill a lot, lifting Mace 2 up into the air. How many robots have we seen disposed like this? Thinking it may take it onto the arena flipper. No. What should we do? Shunt? No. What should we do? The pit? No. No. Yes, the arena flipper. I think it'll be kill a lot for us today. And Mace 2. How do we finish it all off for poor old Shane and Brian? This is how. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's come alive. Has Mace 2 perhaps? Surely too late though. In comes Dead Metal. For a little bit of sugar and slice.
Cease.
Mace 2 out. Chaos 2, worthy winners. Sporting to the end, the boys from Mace 2. But it's Chaos 2 and Firestorm, our first pair into the grand final.
From Huntington, Tornado.
Ready to To whip up a storm through its industrial motor power, fixed spikes provide the teeth of the gale, a steel and polycarbonate body to withstand any buffeting. But after the storm, perhaps the doldrums.
Hi, I'm Andrew Marchant, and this is our Robots Tornado. These are my team members, Dave Gamble and Brian Moss. Tornado's powered by two 24-volt 750-watt motors, but we overrun them to 36 volts and we gear very low. So we've got a lot of power and a lot of acceleration. In fact, we've got 7 brake horsepower, which we think is the most power that any robot's ever had.
From Addleston in Surrey, Caterkiller.
Trundling on rubber tracks, will the Caterkiller butterfly away from opponents? Spikes on the lifting flipper give the killing edge. They think they have a Catter's 9 lives, but then Caterkillers eat leaves, and this could leave early.
Hi, I'm Keith Williams of Team Cat. This is our robot Caterkiller. It's powered by two 800-watt motors, Lexan and Macrolon bodywork, same as used in the screens to protect the robot audience from flying debris. It's powered by tracks. It's got a lifting arm, powered by two 7,500 Newton electric rams.
From St Leonard's-on-Sea, seed number 8, Gemini.
A unique and brilliant innovation, the clusterbot, which will split into 2 machines on entering the melee, fiberglass and Kevlar shells, pneumatic flippers. But Gemini, Kilolots and Leo and Lions rule our jungle. What lessons have been learnt from their previous incarnation as Mace, Stinger, Stung? Then they slam suicidal tendencies and they come back with similar power this time around. But in the semi-finals against Chaos 2, they were flipped. They couldn't write themselves. I wonder if they've improved on that this time around.
So we're Team Mace, and this is our robot Gemini. It's a heavyweight clusterbot, which means it goes into the arena as one machine, then we split into 2 and fight as a team. Each machine is equipped with a high-pressure lifter, which can handle about 250 kilos. And also both machines are capable of self-righting.
Roboteers, stand by.
Caterkiller with the lifting arm, Keith Williams, sister Julianne and girlfriend Georgie Reed. Tornado, work colleagues Andrew Marchant, David Gamble and Brian Moss. And there's Gemini, Shane Howard, Brian Fountain and young Daryl Howard.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Watch for the split. There straight away, the twins break up. Sisters of Mercy or Daughters of Doom, Gemini. Spinning around the arena floor immediately. Difficult to keep track on them for the rest of the competing robots and the house robots. How do you close on one robot when suddenly it becomes 2? Tornado on the attack, meanwhile on Caterkiller. Caterkiller really in the midst of everything at the moment. Traditional wedge shape. In goes Tornado. Lower, flatter. Very little ground clearance on Tornado as it comes slamming in on the attack at 10 miles an hour. Caterkiller flipped up and over. Has the lifting arm, can itself right? I don't think so. Tornado with a little bit of a shove. Electrically operated that flipping lifting arm of Caterkiller from Addleston in Surrey, but at the moment they're being shoved across the arena floor by Tornado. The boys from Huntingdon doing their stuff here. On Caterkiller, the tail hangs limp at the back of the Caterkiller. Oh, in towards Shunt there. Into the CPZ, the corner patrol zone, and down comes Shunt. Great axe blade. Right into the mechanical guts of Caterkiller, which really don't make pleasant thinking. Out comes Shunt now. There's part of the twins there, Gemini. Little nudge! And a great attack as well from the pneumatically powered flipper. Can flip up to 250 kilograms, and surely here Caterkiller's done for. Meanwhile, on the attack on Tornado there, the twins, Gemini. A and B together. Now Kilolot has pinched Caterkiller, which surely is doomed. Gemini under attack. 80 kilos of Caterkiller being dragged across the arena floor, though, by Kilolot. Kilolot, Caterkiller, barbecue. Oh, dear. Tornado, meanwhile, puts the wind up Shunt. Only a little bit. Well, not a little bit. Look at that. That's great power from the Tornado team. Meanwhile, Caterkiller, they know they're out of it. Shunt onto the great arena. Pick it out of there very quickly, House Robot. We don't want to see you doomed. Caterkiller's about to be doomed. The Gemini bots are spinning madly all over the place. This is bamboozling, bewitching stuff from Gemini. Tornado comes back in.
as stubborn as a Capricorn as the Geminis fling themselves around the arena. Caterpillar immobilised, dead, long time ago. Slammed against the arena wall, there's no light. Oh, the tails come off. Catter, no tails, and there they are, they know they're out of it. The Caterpillar team. Meanwhile, ooh, dead metal. In goes the great circular blade of dead metal. Oh, Tornado's in the pit. They think they're still in Caterpillar. I don't think they are. I think they were immobilised a long time ago. I think it's Caterpillar that have gone here despite their celebrations. We'll wait and see, of course, but I think they've already gone. I think Tornado are okay. Am I right? Gemini, magnificent, superb.
Roboteers, stand by.
So Gemini, worth double bubble, but double jeopardy. There they are, Shane Howard, Brian Fountain, young Darryl Howard, and the creature with the Harmsworths, 3 generations, Grandad David, son Mark, granddaughter Eleanor.
2, 1, activate.
Nice splitting there. On the words activate to come in with a pincer movement on the creature and immediately flipping the creature up and over. The creature goes naked. Sheds its skin. Gemini. Part of Gemini on the attack. The other part is hanging back. Another flip of the creature. Little Eleanor from St. Bridget's School. Loves her Harry Potter books. Would love a fantastic magical ending to this, but I don't think it's going to happen. David Harmsworth, her granddad, loves singing opera. Well, it's never all over until the fat lady sings. And the fat creature is singing now. Out of the arena. Look at that. Both of them flipping it up and over. Tremendous attack from the Gemini. Wow, look at that. Oh, you nearly hit our camera. Watch out, Gemini. They're expensive. Can Andrew Marchant, David Gamble, Brian Ross and Tornado stay out of trouble? Blow them away, says the message. There they are, hopeful.
From St. Leonard's-on-Sea, seed number 8, Gemini.
Fantastic machine, Shane Howard, Brian Fountain and young Darryl Howard. Only 10, must be proud. Tornado. Gemini, replacing the series semi-finals.
3, 2, 1.
Gemini splitting immediately from the start. Now each of those microbots then, half the weight of Tornado, but still each can flip Tornado up into the air, which makes it doubly impressive for me. Tornado though on the drive slams one of the twins against the arena wall, and don't forget, as soon as one is out, both are out. Technical consultant Derek Foxwell and his team very strict on weights in this series of Robot Wars. But at the moment, Tornado is the heavyweight of this class, slamming in on part of Gemini, and I think impaling Gemini there. Not quite impaled on the arena spike, but Tornado coming back in to make sure and slamming Gemini. And I think half the robot is impaled on the arena wall. Can they get away there? If they're immobilized for longer than 30 seconds, that's it. And Tornado would be the winner. Gemini, the clusterbot, against Tornado with a more orthodox look. And I think part of the clusterbot trying to get the other side of the machine, the other twin off the arena wall, flipping Tornado up in the air. They're the Tornado team. They all work together and working together magnificently in Robot Wars, and the twins helping each other out there as well, trying to breathe life into its twin sister there. But is it too late? They were warned. If part of the clusterbot was immobilised for more than 30 seconds, they would be dead and out of it. Tornado, meanwhile, a clever game. It can work either side up, so flipping and tossing Tornado won't work. Will it go for the judges? What's the decision here? Very close. Brilliant final.
Well, bit of controversy. The rules say that a cluster robot, that's a robot of 2 or more parts, after it's separated, if one of those parts breaks down for more than 30 seconds and is mobilized for more than 30 seconds, because it's only one robot, then it's out. So the winner is Tornado!
From St. Leonard's-on-Sea, seed number 8, Gemini.
Don't forget, this is a cluster bot. They can break apart, dash around the arena in different directions.
Roboteers, stand by.
Well, they take on the barrels. 5 points for each knocked over. That's normally the first tactic. There we see them splitting. Well, they go for both sets of barrels. Gemini in the pits. Dark horses to win the Pinball Warrior Challenge, and immediately are taking on one of the arena side targets and the multi-ball release option as well. That's 10 more points. This is a great run by Gemini. Perhaps built for the Pinball Warrior tournament, but once one half of Gemini is immobilised, that's it, that's the end of the run. Gemini taking on the car door release, that's 25 points. This is a wonderful run by Gemini. If that huge silver sphere goes into the highlighted pit, it's another 25. Up and over the bridge will give you 20 points, and a completed run. That's a rarity in the Pinball Warrior Challenge. This is a magnificent run by Gemini. Where can they go next? Any of those balls from the multi-ball option into a pit, it's 5 points. Will they go for the other barrels, or are they leaving them for last? The Gemini boys, this is a terrific run. Time is just running away from them now. Do they get points there for the arena side target? They did. This is a magnificent run. The car door option swung again. That was Gemini. Points tallied everywhere. Well, a great run right from the start. That cluster of barrels knocked over. Very strange they didn't go for the other barrels. The sidewall target struck, then the multi-ball release, then the car door. Action everywhere on the arena floor, up over the bridge. This was tremendous driving skill. Torching the house robots, 50 more points. They'll go close, very close. They're on top, Gemini! The long-time leaders, Spawn of Scudder, beaten Gemini 255 points, and the remaining 3 robots are going to have to go some to beat that.
Please welcome Anthea and Wendy Turner with the Gemini team.
A unique and brilliant innovation, the clusterbot will split into 2 machines on entering the fray. Fiberglass shells, pneumatic flippers. The power comes from 4 wheelchair motors.
Please welcome Chris Eubank and the Kinetron team.
And the boxing gloves and the big axe, a 2 24-volt battery-driven machine, quick at 15 miles an hour, heavy at 80 kilos, big at roughly 4 feet by 4, genuine contenders.
Roboteers, stand by.
Gemini. Now, Anthea started her career reading local traffic reports, could help her steer away from danger. There's Kinetron with Chris Eubank, former world middleweight champion and super middleweight champion.
1. Activate.
The man packs a punch, so does his robot. Now you see Gemini splitting, the clusterbot theory. But let me tell you, if one half of Gemini is immobilized, the whole machine is counted out. Little arm flipper of Gemini. You can hear the turners, the girls squealing in delight. You can see there Richard Broad trying to get control perhaps of Kinetron back from Chris. It's ill-advised. Kinetron smacking down with the boxing glove. Unbelievable, isn't it? Chris hacks a punch 4 times bigger than Kinetron, but not as big as the Turner girls. Look at that, with also Matilda coming into the fray, and Kinetron flips up and over. Chris Eubank. And there he is with the boxing glove on fire, I think, of Kinetron. There's one half of Gemini. Are they sisters of mercy? Well, I think Matilda's got hold of the Kinetron glove, and Matilda's toppled by Gemini. But the glove is shredded, the glove is also on fire. Look at this, Gemini flipping Matilda, but the glove is on fire. Kinetron in major trouble. This is Killalot coming in, and St. Killalot's helped out a fellow house robot. The Kinetron is on fire.
Get rid of the wings.
I think the Turners have won. I want a rematch. Can he get that rematch? We'll wait and see. Meanwhile, the ref bot in there with his fire extinguisher to mop up.
What a spectacular fight! I wouldn't like to call it, so we're going to have to go to the judges. Although Chris Eubank does know where they live.
These are our judges. Craig, Professor Noel Sharkey, Head of Computer Science at the University of Sheffield and Director of the Creative Robotics Unit at Magna. Martin Smith, Head of the Mobile Robotics Research Unit at the University of East London and Chairman of the Cybernetics Society. And Dr. Mara Wilson, Head of Intelligent Robotics and Computer Science at the University of Wales, Aberystwyth. And these are the key moments they'll be reviewing right now. Have a look at the tenacity of the Turner girls, straight from the start. Attacking Chris Eubank and Kilotron, trying to flick it up and over. Kilotron with the glove, of course, that caused problems later on for Chris when it caught fire. Gemini did more of the attacking for me.
The judges have gone for Gemini in the Turner system!
Roboteers, stand by.
This is Gemini. It's a clusterbot. It can divide in two and then join up as a team, like the Turner girls. And Diottor from Dublin, with Vic Reeves very much at the controls.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Taking great advice from Alice, though, his daughter. And the unique Diottor.
Oh, glasses. Okay.
The specs are removed immediately. He's been very go-ahead and aggressive with his driving, Vic, but now Diottor's on flames. The polka dot design may look pretty, but it's certainly flammable and vulnerable as well to a shove from underneath. What is crucial in Robot Wars is that machines should have a low ground clearance. Diottor has, but still, Gemini can get in underneath and flip it up and over.
Right, no, let it. Why? Bring it back over.
That hair on top is made of a material called Kevlar, by the way. It's designed to mesh up and ruin other robots' machinery and blades and saws and so on. But now one of the clusterbots of Gemini is flipped up there by Vic Reeves.
Oh, yeah. That was cool, wasn't it?
She's hopping as much as Gemini. I did notice she wasn't actually driving at the time.
What's radio contact?
Oh no! You're joking!
Oh no, one of them's deactivated.
Kieran there, Zulu, has spotted something I hadn't. And if that's true, and part of Gemini is deactivated, then they're out. If one half of Gemini is immobilized, then both halves are out. If one half is silenced, then both halves are silenced. Perhaps that goes for the Turner girls as well. I don't know. There's the pit of oblivion. And it looks to me as if Wendy and Anthea are going to descend into that pit of oblivion. Well, they don't know. They're on tenterhooks, so am I. There's Killer. There goes Gemini. And there goes their hope. It Reeves survives. Oh, that's adding insult to injury, isn't it? The evil injector. And now look at this. This is Shunt, one of those 4-house robots, and the pair of them are in the pit. Cease.
You were just too
From St. Leonard's-on-Sea, Gemini.
A clusterbot, you see, it splits in two with a high-powered flippers and experienced team. When they split, though, are they too lightweight to cause danger twice as nice, or double jeopardy?
From Bournemouth, Razor.
One of the most popular robots ever, currently reigning world champion. The crushing beak is formidable, part bird. The lizard-like limbs on the side to self-right, part reptile. The robot, wholly mean machine.
Roboteers, stand by.
Gemini has to link together before they activate. Shane Howard on the left, Brian Fountain on the right, little Darryl Howard in the middle. And Razor with the robot driver. Ian Lewis there on the left. Simon Scott in the middle, Vinnie Blood on the right. And our house robots, Matilda with a weighted rear flywheel and the front tusks, a sort of porcine elephant first lady of bots. And Shunt, plenty of power, a pushy sort of a fellow, nice enough, unless you cross his path.
3, 2, 1.
You'll see Gemini split immediately. That's their usual tactic, and Razor going in with a crushing beak on the vulnerable top of Gemini, trying to crumple and crush down through the armory, and already has a grip. Don't forget, if one part of Gemini is immobilized, that's it. The whole robot is counted out. Together they dance. Gemini trying to free itself with the lifting ramp. Can't do so. So the other part of the clusterbot will get in and try and flick Razor. Oh, look! They tumble together there. You ever seen fighting crabs on a beach? That's what they look like, tumbling over together. Look at Razor's self-righting, wings coming out, upside down, still with strength. Gemini away, Matilda comes in, trying to flick Gemini over with the tusks. Razor spinning away, gleaming steel machine with the sort of front low scoop. Now that's an addition, you'll see it very low down, zero ground clearance there, you see it on the front. A sort of ramp to get in underneath opponents. Has done that now with Gemini. Gemini brilliantly designed, but how much effective weaponry is there when they split? Well, you've just got the answer to that. Razor has been turned turtle again, and still locking on to Gemini, using the beak and that front ramp, if you like, as a jaw mechanism to hold on. Terrific stuff here. It's even Stevens. See the damage done to one of those Gemini clusterbots there on the right-hand side? Scarred, certainly. This one hasn't had any damage yet, this part of the clusterbot. And that's what Razor's after. Trying to cause as much mayhem as he can. He's got in underneath here. Oh, and there is the damage. Listen to the popping of the tyre. Like a balloon popping there. That was an amazing attack by Razor. It's let Gemini go, but the damage there could be crucial if this goes to a judge's decision. And with time seeping away, I think it may well do. Good drive by Razor betwixt and between. Saw the pincer movement, got away from it. Now Gemini coming again. Razor, oh! It got a lick of flame up the rear end, and it wasn't a good piece of driving. It'll have to go to the judges. Will that count against them? Let's have a look at the action again, shall we? Gemini, the two robots took punishment from Razor. That's definite. That was the first attack that left a scar. Good work by the Gemini clusterbot to throw Razor. Razor's self-righting. All this good point scoring by Razor, and indeed the Gemini clusterbots too. This was this crumpling moment. Look at that. Is that decisive? I think it may well be. Well, I'm waiting for the decision, so are the crowd. We'll see the decision as it comes through. They've given it to Razor! Razor the winners on the judges' decision. And they'll fly on to the All-Stars quarterfinals later in the series.
From New Ash Green, Longfield in Kent, Nepal.
A large titanium-hulled wedge with vicious snarling fangs, they say at the back, steel spikes attached to a rotary arm. To me, it looks like a garden pitchfork, to be honest.
From Mould in Flintshire, the Spider.
The weaponry here is a set of rotating spikes. It can work upside down. It has a metal frame, but there's no armour. It's weak and vulnerable.
From St Leonards-on-Sea, East Sussex, Gemini.
The inspired engineering of Gemini, a clusterbot. It can split in two. Both machines have high-powered flippers, but it is difficult to control. The house robots in the arena. Matilda once again. Watch for the tusks at the front, watch for the rear end. And Shunt, who will be closely watching Matilda's rear end, I can tell you.
Roboteers, stand by.
This for a place in our Annihilator later in the series. The Gemini clusterbot immediately splits and comes in on the attack. Both sides of the Spider. Trying to weave a web out there. Gemini tries to flick using those lifting weapons. The high-powered flipper. There's Napalm just staying out a little bit of trouble on the right-hand side, backing away. One of those Gemini clusterbots is up on its end. It'll need to come down. Don't forget, if one part of Gemini is immobilized, the robot is out. Both still have to be running. What on earth is the Spider doing there? The web's going to catch fire. The Spider's going to catch fire. Oh, no. Come into my parlour, said the Spider to the Fly. And that is what we have said to our Spider. And incy-wincy Spidey, you're up the robot war spout. You've had it. That leaves Gemini and also Napalm and napalm's on its side. Spider is a smoking and counted out by the ref bot. They've gone. They've had a disastrous time in Robot Wars Extreme, haven't they? John and Carol Udall and young Robert, the 12-year-old. So Gemini, wobble, wibble, wobble, wibble, wobble. Is it going to be napalm with victory on a plate? Because Gemini are being counted out by the ref bot. Well, somehow napalm has contrived an unbelievable victory without hardly doing anything. How on earth did that happen? Gemini once again flattering to deceive, and the Spider was awful. All that work and creativity, look at the design and the ingenuity behind Gemini and the clusterbot. Onto the floor flipper goes the Spider. Ever seen a spider fly? You're about to. Watch this. Nice little bit of positioning by the shunt. And the Spider flies. All that work. Carol's an art teacher. She'd have designed that Spider logo, I'm sure. Look at that. Through the air. Burnt to a crisp early on. All control gone. Looks dangerous. Wasn't. And Gemini's so disappointing. The pit descends. And napalm with a little glance. There, of course, is shunt on the Spider. Well, Gemini's finally come to life again. That's far too late. Counted out by the ref bot. Look, I've had enough, says Shunt. You can all go down there. Skull and crossbones and just about everything. What a heap, what a mess.
From St Leonards-on-Sea, East Sussex, Gemini.
The original clusterbot. Brilliant design, won the Pinball Warrior event in the last series, but in battle the flippers haven't caused enough damage, and with the 100 kilo split into the two machines, could again be too lightweight, I fear.
From Shrivenham in Oxfordshire, Rough Dougal.
A dog with a vicious tongue, internal flywheel to stabilise the robot and drive the weapon, made entirely from scrap, old radiators, school desks, bits of cars and computers. The head is a crash helmet.
Roboteers, stand by.
Gemini team, Shane Howard, Daryl Howard and Brian Fountain and Rough Dougal, Peter Sturgis, Martin Sturgis. Matilda's in there again. The flywheel is very dangerous and underrated. But of course, Sir Kill-A-Lot. No one would dare underrate that killing machine.
3, 2, 1, activate.
So Gemini can split from the start, but if you immobilise one of those cluster bots, you put the whole thing out of the picture. So will Rough Dougal concentrate on one machine, go for both, or simply concentrate on survival? Rough Dougal is exposed. There underneath you can see the very mechanics. You can see the internal flywheel designed to stabilise the robot. It's made out of scrap, and from the evidence of the opening seconds, it's heading back to the scrapyard and not to a safe kennel. Sir Kill-A-Lot is waiting also to take Rough Dougal for a walk to doom. Gemini nagging and worrying. They look like two little fleas in the dog fur out there. Ah! That's brilliant. Here, what happened then? Well, look at this. Steve Benton. And off came the ears. Oh dear, that looks most sad, doesn't it? Superb stuff for the Dougal boys. The brothers, Peter and Martin Sturgis, in all sorts of trouble. Gemini, well, one of the clusterbots has almost disappeared, and underneath there, look at that. The side skirts, they call it, on a dog like Dougal. You know your dog shows, the skirts are being ripped away. Oh dear, the tail's still in there, just about waggling. It's vibrating out there, it's not moving very fast. I think it may well have just nudged the pit release. Certainly it has now. Oh dear, the fur is flying. It's a dog's life, isn't it, Dougal? And the Sturgis boys have already given up hope. well, whatever they used to make that exterior to Rough Dougal, it wasn't strong enough. They're turned on their side, and it doesn't want a tummy tickle, this doggy. I think it just wants someone in there to save it and take it to a nice warm home and basket by the fire somewhere. Well, Sir Killalot will oblige. Out you go. The end of Rough Dougal. That was great.
Roboteers, stand by.
Gemini team, Shane and Darryl Howard, Brian Fountain and the Reactor Boys, Russell and Danny Walton, Martin Crouch in the arena for the House Robots, Dead Metal. The synergy of the weapons all important. The saw and the pincer. And Shunt with the push, the scoop, the axe to bludgeon and destroy.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Good battle here. Reactor looks heavy, doesn't it? Difficult to beat. Gemini, the design is brilliant. They split, they move quickly, they nag, they worry. But I wonder how effective the flippers are of Gemini. The total weight is 100 kilos, but split between the two, are they powerful enough to upend a 99-kilo opponent? You see, they can just irritate and annoy. But unless they attack together like that, were they impotent? The answer, when they do attack like that, they can cause real peril. And Reactor 2 here is rocking and rolling. And a unique sort of a 3-mech as well brought it down. So this is a worthy machine, Reactor 2. Got through to round 2 in the Heaton Series 4. They were knocked out by Wild Thing. But they're back and improved. Russell Orton, his son Daniel, and their friend Martin Crouch, the weapons operator. Now they're on the flame pit. Can they withstand that heat, that torching? Or will the electronics be burnt out? Plenty of armament there. On the tyres, you can see Ben-Hur spikes, they called them, on the side. You've also got the front flipper. Got teeth in there, that's a little bit bent and buckled. Gemini worrying them. Been a good battle, this. Intriguing clash of designs, temperament, driving styles. Reactor 2, right in the thick of things, and again spun up and over. Bouncing down, right way up. Was that luck? Was that design for Reactor 2? The judges will take all this into consideration. If, and I think it will do, they'll go to a judge's decision. Close attack there. They look perplexed up in the control booths. Gemini again tries a little flick. One of the Gemini machines is upended. If one goes, they both go. Have they been immobilised there? The other has been rolled over. Rights itself. Both have to be alive though. We'll try and nudge the other half of the twin back into life. The red bot, take a close look at this. Good work by Reactor. Is that Gemini machine okay? Brilliantly self-rising there. Shane Howard, great skill. Brian Fountain, superb control. And Gemini, the twins of terror, back on the attack once again. The brothers of bafflement and bruising. Once more though, is that one of the twins in trouble? Is that the other twin in trouble? Reactor 2 here has been dogged and determined. They try and self-right once again. Is there enough power left in that flipper for Gemini to self-right? I think they've got real problems here. Very good Reactor. The weapons operator Daniel Orton controlled throughout, using that front flipper. The red bot's got to get in there now and have a look and check Gemini. And he, like I, and like the rest of you, I would guess, believe it's the end for Gemini, being counted down. Well, Reactor 2, that was very disciplined, very controlled, very effective, and very well done. Gemini are out to a good Reactor 2 team through to the heat final. They could take some beating, you know. They look a bit cumbersome. They don't look quick, only 8 mile/h top speeds, not the heaviest around, 99 kilos. They're victorious here, and one by one, the Gemini twins, who have always promised so much but failed to deliver, will be dumped into the pit, and Dead Metal's got in there with them. Reactor 2 through, shunt left spinning.